hear what I'm gonna say, you're gonna be scared at first. But what you need to do is get abundance. That solves everything. So then logically, what happens after that is you need to get the abundance somehow. So I was a smart ass 16-year-old, right? I figured this out because like I was like, okay, I want girls, right? So how do I get girls? Okay, first step, I gotta talk to girls. So I was like, I had something up there. I had something going on, right? So my first time trying to cold approach, right? I went out. This is probably like my 4th day, trying to do this. I haven't talked to a single girl the whole time. I'm just fucking walking around and I'll see a girl like over there and then stand there fucking awkwardly like, oh, should I do it? No, fuck. Oh, should I do it? Oh, fuck, no. I'm such a pussy. And then, 5 minutes go by. I'm like looking like a fucking weirdo or whatever, right? So finally, okay? I finally am like, okay, this is the one. So I see a girl by the bus stop, right? And I'm gonna get on the bus. So I'm like, yes, this is perfect, okay? Now, she's like literally like not to be a dick, but like she's like a 3 or something like that. Like it's not like that big of a deal, right? For me though, I was like, fuck, bro. Gee, like how am I supposed to do this? This is so hard. So anyways, she gets on the bus and I get on the bus too, okay? So then she's like standing on one of those, like in the front, holding on one of the things, right? So I'm like, oh fuck, how am I supposed to do this? So I woke up and I'm standing kind of next to her, and I'm having this entire like internal dialogue and this battle going inside of my head or whatever. And I'm trying to figure out what to say. So anyways, we're on the bus, right? A couple stops go by. It's like, cool, okay. My stop's coming up, so I'm like, oh, I should probably do it, and I don't do it, okay? So the bus skips my stop, right? This is like an hour, so it like skips 2 or 3 stops every time. So I'm getting like far as fuck from my house. It skips like, okay, another stop. I'm like, oh shit, another stop. By this point, I'm like 20 minutes away from my house, right? So I finally get the courage to say like, how's it going? And she was like, looked at me, said like, hey. And then like, I got off the bus. It's like, bro, anyways, that's my first experience. And if you haven't done this is why it's so scary, because like, it's just difficult. I don't really understand why. Like, it doesn't make any logical sense, but it's like one of the hardest things to do for some reason, for dudes. But yeah, anyways, most of the advice that you'll hear about girls and stuff like that on YouTube especially, just completely sucks. I mean, from dudes and stuff like that, it's just like completely dog shit, because most people don't really get it. And if they do get it, they're not really good at articulating it, right? And most people, even if you do find like the 1 in 100 guy who's like actually understands this shit and like will explain it to you, then most people just like won't actually apply it. So it's kind of a fucked up issue, right? And if you don't have abundance, you will just like completely fail. Like anything you're trying to do, if you don't have abundance, you're just like completely fucked, right? Because let's say if you don't have abundance, right? And you're talking to a girl and you call her, right? And you want to set a date, okay? And she's like, oh, she's like, or you want to like, oh, let's meet on Friday. And then she's like, oh, I don't know, I'm kind of busy. Oh, maybe we can do that. And then, maybe, but I just have this other thing, and she gives you all this bullshit, right? And you're like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, maybe we can do that. Yeah, just let me know. And then fucking 5 days go by, you're like hyped for this, you're excited to go out. And then she's like, oh, my parakeet died, I'm so sorry. Like, oh, I want to go, but it's just like, I gotta be there for my parakeet, my parakeet's funeral. So I have to cancel on you. I'm so sorry. And you're like, fuck, because this is like the 5th time this happened to you. Bro, the issue is that you're too like available. You're too like easy. Okay. Girls are very good at understanding and like spotting alpha males and like people who are successful with women. Because if she sees that you're not successful with women, why the fuck would she want to like date you, bro? Because clearly, if you're not getting any other pussy, then why the fuck should she be your pussy? It doesn't make any sense. Does that make sense? So like, you have to convey that you have abundance. And the easiest way to convey that you have abundance, you can do it if you don't have abundance, that's fine. The easiest way to actually do it if you don't understand this shit as much yet is to just have abundance, right? That's where this comes in. That's where cold approaching and stuff like that is very important, because that's like the best way for most people to get the abundance, unless you have like crazy good looks or whatever, and you have like Instagram game and you're fine with like fucking spamming 70 copy paste messages like all day, bro. Like whatever. I mean, whatever works, but you have to get abundant somehow. I'd say the best way to do that is cold approaching and just speaking to girls when you're out there. Because most guys have no fucking balls. They have no fucking testicular fucking strength, bro. Like, these motherfuckers, if you talk to friends or whatever, like, nobody can. I had a friend in high school, and I was like into cold approaching. I was starting to understand how to do it, so I was like pretty good, you know. If I saw a girl, I could just talk to her, whatever. And my friend, I tried to get my friend to do it too, you know, because his girlfriend broke up with him and over, and he wanted to like get some more girls, right? So I brought him with me. We're at the mall, and you know, I'm trying to help this guy. First time, I'm like, okay, let's go together, right? I'm gonna walk with you, and then there's like two girls, so we're gonna talk together, you know, so I'll do most of the talking, whatever, and you can just like follow me. So this is like low stakes, right? I'm thinking like, he got this, you know? So I walk up, and I'm talking to these two girls, and I look to my left, and my friend's not there. I'm like, where'd he go? What the fuck? And so apparently he was like, we were walking, right? And as we were like getting to the table where the girls were, he just fucking bolted to the left and beeline somewhere else. And so I'm stuck there talking to these two girls. The second time, I'm like, okay, dude, okay, I'm hyping him up for like half an hour. Like, okay, you got it, bro, you got it. And there's this one girl in like the Target, right? And she's like getting something. He's like, oh, she's bad. I wanna talk to her. So I'm like, and he's like, you know, what, 165, like 6'1" or some shit. He's not like a, you know, he's like a pretty confident guy generally, but like, bro. So I'm getting this guy, trying to help him do that, and he's walking towards this girl, and finally, after like so much convincing, and he just like fucking doesn't do anything. He just walks by again, like it did. So this is how hard it is for most people. But anyways, once you can develop this skill, and you can talk to a girl randomly when she gives you like choosing signals and she looks at you and stuff like that, or whatever, just randomly, you are like 1 in 100. Like, no, it doesn't, like, nobody has the amount of balls for that. Like, nobody ever. So it puts you already like ahead of the pack, and then she can assume, okay, if this guy has the balls to like just fucking talk to me out of nowhere, hit on me in the middle of the fucking day, hey, he probably has other, like, he's confident, he probably has other girls, he probably does this a lot. So that's good, okay? So anyways, what you need to do is have numbers, because it's a numbers game. So if you're like, yeah, you basically need, it's like a conversion rate. So like, let's say your probability, your hit rate is like, I don't know, like 10% or something like that, right? Like 10, 20% maybe, you know, okay? So if you're gonna go out and talk to like two girls, that's not gonna do anything. Like, that's not, you're like nothing, bro. What you need to do is have a good enough sample size so that you can fucking actually get success, right? So the numbers are usually like 10 or 12 out of 100. There's like, out of 100 girls you talk to, 10 or 12 will go out with you, and then like 3 or 4 will sleep with you, right? So those are just the numbers. It kind of sucks, you know, but it's like, you just got to get through the no's to get to the yeses. And like, if someone rejects you, it's like, it's their loss, you know? And like, next bitch, like, it doesn't really matter, you know? There's like tons of fish in the sea. So anyways, the way to do this is to spend, because most of us are pretty busy like through the weeks and stuff like that. It's what you should be. On the weekends, spend 2 to 3 hours on Saturday and 2 to 3 hours on Sunday, and just talk to like 12 to 13 girls each day. You know, just talk to them, just like walk up to them. If they give you choosing signals, or if you just like see them and you think she's hot, just like go say what's up. You could say anything, doesn't matter. You could say like, you have any if you're in a mall, right? You have any recommendations for any cool shirts? Any shirts that like, if you see a guy wearing that, you'd be like, that's the one, like right there. Or you could say, hey, are you drinking Starbucks? You could say like, hi, how are you? You could say fucking, I don't know, where's the Zara? Like, you could say like, what's a good cologne to buy? It doesn't matter. Like, you could literally fucking say anything. Like, it literally does not matter. If you basically have a conversation, understand like the first times you talk to girls, like the first like 50 to 100, if you've never done this before, it's gonna be pretty shit, you know? Like, you're gonna probably be stuttering and like be fucking barely making any sense, like speaking a foreign language and shit, like fucking, yeah, like choppy ass conversation, but it doesn't matter. You have to go through that. And like I said, like the first few times I did this, bro, I would rather like get punched in the face than do it. I'm sitting there so stressed out, and like you have to understand, like, it seems easy if you look at like videos of people doing it, but like when you're actually there and you haven't done this shit and it's the middle of the day, you're like just your mind just totally like mind fucks you. Oh, whatever. But yeah. Anyways, as long as you do that, right, and you do 100 per month, you're gonna get like 3 to 4 like good, like solid ones per month. And then you do that for like a couple months or whatever, as long as it takes you to like actually do that, which might be a minute. And then you have like an abundance, right? You have too many, and then you don't really have to worry about as much of the like advice stuff, because most of the advice comes from having strength and having lots of girls. Because if you have lots of girls, you're not gonna like let some random girl give you a maybe date, you know, because she's gonna be like, oh, maybe we can go out on Saturday, you know, but I have to call you before, you know. You're gonna be like, no, because like this girl is like excited, dying to see me, so I'll just go with her instead. Like I'm a busy guy, I only have like a couple nights free a week. Why would I want to spend it with you? So you automatically just like screen a lot of the bullshit out, which is what you need to do. Also, if you don't have the abundance yet, the easiest way is kind of to fake it till you make it, you know, because it's just like another helpful part of it. You need to at some point display that behavior, so you may as well like start doing it now too, right? So anyways, basically you have to be strong and not like be a people pleaser, not just like cave to her opinions or cave to her preferences and things like that. So like I'm just gonna go through this with like setting dates, because that's probably what you're gonna be doing first if you're talking to these girls, right? So most guys, you know, maybe you'll get the phone number because like it's easier than setting a date on the spot, you know. That takes a bit more balls, right? But okay, so let's say, you know, you're done talking to this girl, you've talked to her for like 2 to 5 minutes or whatever. It could be longer. I wouldn't talk to her for like a really long time, because it just like makes you kind of seem, I don't know, like boring kind of, you know. So anyways, you're like, hey, I gotta run, let me get your number. And you just like take your phone and just like give it to her, like just so she has to type it in. Like, don't do any of this bullshit, like, maybe I'd like to get your like dog shit, bro. Just assume you're gonna get her number. It's not that hard. Just like pull your phone out and show her, have her type it in, whatever. Text her yours, give her a hug goodbye, and then just dip. Okay. Then you're gonna wait like a week, right? So call her like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the following week. Okay, so wait like at least 3 to 4 days, and yeah, at least like 3 to 4, probably not more than like 7, right? And so you call her, don't text her, because like calling's more confident. It shows like more confidence and masculinity and stuff like that. So call her, talk to her for, again, no more than like 2 to 5 minutes, whatever. And then after you have a little conversation, say, hey, what days are you free? Like, just use this line. What days are you free? It's much better than being like, same thing. Would you, like, I was wondering if you want to go out sometime, like, it's just week, you know, just like, what time are you free? You're assuming you're already in. So then say, what days are you free, right? She'll give you free Sunday and Monday. Okay, so then great, I'll meet you Sunday, and then you have to do a definite time, place, I guess that's it, definite time and place, right? So Sunday, 8 a.m., 8 p.m., and at the coffee shop, okay? So then you make sure she says yes and not maybe. And if you try to say maybe, to say no, it's fine. Like, I'd rather just do another time if you can't do it, if you can't make it a confirm yes. Then you go on the date, okay? Simple. Or you can do that same thing in person. You can just say, hey, I gotta run, but we should grab some tea sometime. What days are you free? Boom, same thing. Yeah, and it's basically about actually doing that, because it's easy to hear this and hard to actually do it. So yeah, good luck with that. Hope that was helpful. Peace.